Fallout New Vegas is a game with 241 different weapons, and even more ways than that to enjoy the game. But today, we will not be enjoying the game. We will be suffering, because today, I ask the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas with only a flare gun? Before we can get our hands on a flare gun though, I have to create a character to suffer through this nightmare with me. I tried to make her look like a flare, failed, gave up and named her SOS McFlare because I am a creative genius. For my special stats, I took 10 luck because this is Vegas, so I am legally and morally obligated to do so. I also took 9 perception, using charisma as a dump stat, because perception is tied to the energy weapon skill, which the flare gun falls under. My tag skills are energy weapons, explosives, and lockpicking. I don't know why I thought explosives or lockpicking would do anything to help me, but I haven't played New Vegas for a solid 2 weeks, so I should cut myself some slack. I grabbed Trigger Discipline for higher accuracy, and Built to Destroy for a better crit chance as my traits. I could explain why now, but my good friend Mr. Flare Gun will paint a much better picture soon. Speaking of Mr. Flare Gun, I need a flare gun, and I can't get a flare gun just anywhere. The flare gun is exclusive to Lonesome Road, New Vegas' final and debatably most challenging DLC. To enter Lonesome Road, I went for a quick walk south, snuck past some coyotes at the entrance and started searching for that flare gun. Because I'm smart and clever and awesome, instead of just searching every corner for a flare gun, I decided to search the Fallout wiki first. The most promising option it's presented to me is to find one on killed marked men. Problem is, that requires marked men to be killed, and it can't exactly be me to do said killing because of my lack of flare gun. There is a solution though. In this missile silo, Eddie is sitting and waiting for me to arrive, and Eddie should be more than happy to kill some marked men for me. This is usually a no-go for this type of challenge video, but it is the only way that I'm going to be able to get my hands on a flare gun, so I'm just going to have to do it. My spherical killing contraption got warmed up by taking out a sentry bot. It's good for a warm-up, but I have absolutely no idea how many marked men Eddie will have to kill for me to get my flare gun, or how deep into the DLC we are going to have to go. It turns out though that the amount of marked men Eddie has to kill for me to get a flare gun is 1. So I can abandon this little piece of shit toaster and return to the main game to get started with the main story right away. Now the flare gun is a curious little thing. It takes flamer fuel and holds 10 pieces of said fuel in its magazine at once. Unfortunately, it shoots all 10 at once and does not do very much damage. It does, however, light enemies on fire and has the ability to make abomination type enemies run away. The last bit sounds like it's really good, but there are only 10 types of creatures in the game that count as abominations, and I will not be fighting any of them during this playthrough. Before I can get much of anything done, I'm going to need some ammo for this horrid little thing, and the general store in Novak is the perfect place to look. But before I can go there, I've got to kill those coyotes from earlier, because not being able to kill them really bothered me. The remainder of the trip to the most beautiful shop in gaming history was uneventful, and the dinosaur man has ammo for me, 250 flamer fuel, which is 25 shots, but 25 shots is more than enough for someone as skilled as I, Frogwoman, the most powerful and skilled gamer ever to walk the earth. While I was there, I also made sure to sell off a bunch of my stuff, because I have a lot of weapons that aren't my treasured flare gun that I won't need, and I need caps to get through the credit check at the strip. Speaking of the strip, it's time to head there now and find the man who shot me in the head so I can have sex with him. When I got to the strip, I immediately went to the Tops Casino and seduced Benny using my womanly charm. He fell for it, just as I promised, and I did unspeakable things to him. I also slaughtered him like a helpless tourist that just so happened to wander into my human-sized raccoon trap. With Benny decommissioned, I grabbed the chip and started on my next move. Now, I could take the easy way out and go for a yes man ending, where I can almost entirely avoid combat. But I want to keep you entertained with this video, so I am choosing the path of pain and heading over to the fort to join Caesar's Legion. Before I can go there though, I want to check the Silver Rush for flamer fuel, because the flare gun is an energy weapon after all, so the energy weapon shop should have some. They did a wonderful public execution display, which was great. I forgot my popcorn though, so that was not so great. They made it up to me by selling me some more flamer fuel though, and I even stole some they had on display, so I will forgive them for the lack of popcorn. At the fort, Caesar told me to take the platinum chip down into a bunker and destroy whatever type of silly business Mr. House has going on down there. Mr. House himself decided to say hi to me in the bunker. I do not care in the slightest what he has to say to me though, so I moved on and started taking out some robots. I realized pretty quickly that I am absolutely not going to be able to take out all of this security with a flare gun, so I'm just going to run past it all instead. My dumbass then got shot and died. I have come across a small issue in my plan to side with the Legion. To destroy the bunker, I need to blow up these generators, but the flare gun sort of can't do any damage to them at all, so that is impossible. I guess I do care about what House has to say to me after all. He wants me to put the platinum chip in a platinum chip shaped hole to upgrade his Securitron army, so I ran past the robots again and did that. And with that done, I headed back to the strip to meet with Mr. House at the Lucky 38 and plot our next move. He tried to show off his upgraded Securitrons, but the game did a full-out New Vegas and crashed. He went ahead and showed me his cool toys again, then sent me off to a barren hellscape devoid of life. So I reloaded and went to go do the other task he gave me, taking care of the boomers in Nellis. I could try to get the boomers on our side, but I know you want to see me use my flare gun on them. And if I'm being honest, I want to see me use my flare gun on them as well. I got through the bombing field nice and easy because believe it or not, I have actually played this game once or twice before today. My first victims in Nellis are going to be Loyal and Jack. I tried stealing some of their prized possessions first though, and for some reason Loyal took them back from me. Unfortunately, the things he took from me include my clothes, so I will be conducting this battle completely naked. It was a long fight to take these two out. If I didn't know any better, I would think that the flare gun wasn't actually meant to be used for this kind of thing, but I do know better, and am aware of the fact that it is secretly the most civilized, elegant, and overall best weapon in the game. The last person born between the years of 1946 and 1964 that I have to kill is Mother Pearl. I thought she managed to escape from me, but the damage over time she was taking from being on f***ing fire ended up killing her, and the game showed me this door to let me know. Back at the Lucky 38, Mr. House has another task for me. The Emerters over at Gomorrah are maybe possibly plotting and scheming some kind of plot and/or scheme, and it's my job to find out whatever alleged scheme this is and put an end to it. Before I went and figured that out, I went around and bought some ammo, then got my flare gun repaired at the Mojave outpost. To keep my ammo up, a few times while playing, I would wait until the shops reset on Sundays and Wednesdays, and head to the Silver Rush and the Dinosaur Man's shop to buy ammo, then wait some more, buy some more, etc., etc., until I have enough ammo. I only tell you this because I don't want you, in particular, leaving a comment about how I magically have more ammo or my weapons are repaired if I don't bother letting you know every time I do it. Speaking of comments, you should comment on this video, something nice or something not nice. I will read it either way, and you will either make me sad or make me happy. The amount of power you have at your fingertips right now is truly amazing. And while you're doing that, you should like the video as well and subscribe because I told you to, and you will do as I ask. Oh yeah, Omertas. The receptionist told me that if I'm in the business of uncovering plots, Kachino is the man to talk to. So I went for a dig around in Kachino's pockets for some blackmail and used it to blackmail him. He tells me that I need to ask Troik about some weird gun shipments that the bosses have been receiving. And Troik is more than happy to help me out, or he would be if the Omertas didn't have him on a contract that will not be easy to wriggle out of. So I bought his contract for a few hundred caps, he handed me some thermite, and I exploded the shit out of the Omerta's weapons stash. Now I just need to deal with the bosses, Big Sal and Nero. Kachino gave me a shotgun to take them out, but I kind of am not able to use that at all, so this should be pretty interesting. Kachino took out Big Sal for me, so that's great. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage dealing with Nero though. Fortunately, his own security saw him going around shooting at me and realized that that is against casino rules, so they took him out for me. And that takes care of the Omertas. Next on Mr. House's list of tasks is to completely obliterate any and all trace of the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I showed up at the Brotherhood's bunker and they let me in immediately. Unfortunately, they stripped all of my equipment from me, including my flare gun, and put an explosive collar around my neck so that I don't get up to anything murderous. The Elder has a task for me to do before I can get all of my precious stuff back. He wants me to get rid of an NCR ranger chilling nearby, so I started attacking him by shooting my stupid little hot rocks at him. As always, it took ages because this is a flare gun and flare guns are made for shooting at the sky, not at people. But he's dead and I can head back to the Brotherhood and get this itchy collar off my neck. Seeing as I no longer have a bomb strapped to me, it is time to destroy the Brotherhood. And to do so, I'm going to need to collect a keycard from 3 high-ranking members in order to activate the self-destruct sequence. Now I tried to pickpocket the cards, but my sneak skill is kind of in the gutter, so that did not work at all. That means I'm going to have to fight through an entire chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel with only a flare gun. I did succeed when I pickpocketed Elder McNamara's keycard though, and that leaves Scribe Taggart and Paladin Harden left to go. Harden is up first, and I died several times trying to take him out. The trick to killing people with the flare gun really is just hiding around corners and using a lot of stim packs while hitting as many shots as you can. Which is all well and good for single targets, but McNamara keeps walking over, which just makes everything much more difficult. I did eventually take him out though, and now I have to make a mad dash to the other end of the bunker to take out Taggart. It was super easy. I just ran over, shoved a few flares up his ass, and took the keycard. Now, all I have to do is put the cards over here, and my game crashed. You would think that things would be just as easy this time, but you would be very, very wrong. The way the game loaded the positions of the other Brotherhood members means that the whole goddamn chapter ends up in the room with me and Taggart, so this is not going to be easy at all. I died so many times doing this. I'm completely out of stim packs at this point, and there are just too many of them. And to make things even worse, that little worm Taggart keeps running behind them and hiding like a little bitch, which makes it harder to shoot him with my precious flares. The situation is bad, very bad, but I have a solution. Instead of trying to destroy the Brotherhood, I'm just going to try and escape, resupply, and then come back to finish the job. I did actually manage to kill the scribe and claim his card on my way through though, which is very surprising, but there is no way on earth that I will be able to get past all of the knights in the hallway to activate the self-destruct, and then get past all of them again to escape the bunker. Trust me, I tried, so I'm still going to be making an escape. It wasn't easy, as I'm sure you expected, but it was a hell of a lot easier than blowing up the bunker, so now I'm free to buy some more stim packs and some more flamer fuel. Outside of the bunker, I was frozen in place by mysterious forces and had to watch helplessly as a bark scorpion killed me. That was strange, but I got revenge on it, and now I'm free to head back to the Dinosaur Man to make 0 purchases because he's bald, and I don't fuck with that. The rest of the shopping went much better though. I got all stocked up on meds and ammo, and now I am ready to try the whole Brotherhood thing again. My first attempt was going really well, but right as I started the self-destruct sequence, I was turned into a pile of green goo, like some little goblin creature, probably named Grobnik or something like that. Attempt number 2 was almost as bad, possibly worse, because instead of being gooified, the game crashed instead. Attempt 3 went all to plan though. I did take a few deaths while trying to escape the bunker, but I've been pressing the F5 key to quick save about the same amount as I have been pressing the W key, so that is perfectly fine with me. I got out, and now I've just got to take care of a few random Brotherhood members that managed to follow me out of the bunker. It was honestly just enjoyable being able to fight them without dealing with all of their friends, but now it is time to return to house and receive my next and second to last task. The task is to go to a power station and flip a switch so that he can control his army properly, so I'll head over there and do that immediately. On the way, a squad of Legion assassins attacked me. They are really good at their jobs and killed me so hard that when I tried to escape them on my second run through the area, they just crashed my game. Crashing was a one-time trick though, so I led the helpless bastards to the NCR at the substation so that they can have a jolly old time fighting each other and not fighting me. My plan half worked. The people outside are busy fighting each other, but everyone inside the substation really doesn't like me, and they all started shooting at me as soon as I flipped the switch. I nearly took them out, but my game crashed, which you may notice is a running theme in this video, and that's because my game is completely and totally balked, and I could fix it, and I will, but not until I have finished beating the game with only a red stick dispenser. Anyway, this time around, they didn't even notice me in there, which was an absolutely wonderful surprise. So I flipped the switch as God and Batman, but mainly Batman intended, and went back to receive my final mission from house. It is time to join the second battle of Hoover Dam and decide the fate of the Mojave. Or to do some quick last minute shopping instead, because I am maybe kind of terrified of the Legate Lanius fight, because unlike a certain other YouTuber that has also done this challenge who may or may not be called Nurbit, I shall not be standing on a box for the fight. Before I go shopping, I need to get some money, because if I'm being honest, constantly buying stim packs and ammo has got me looking kind of low on funds. So I went over to Gomorrah and put my 10 luck to good use, hitting the winning limit playing blackjack, and got my shopping pants on. While I was doing my usual rounds between the Silver Rush, the New Vegas Medical Clinic, and the Dinosaur Man in Novak, something strange happened while I visited Mick and Ralph's. I chose a dialogue option for an unmarked quest that I accidentally completed and was given the Pimp Boy 3 billion. Now I thought that this has to be from some mod I didn't remove correctly, so I checked the wiki just in case, and it turns out that the Pimp Boy 3 billion is a completely vanilla item that the game just has, which is absolutely wonderful. Well, the shopping is done, and now it is time to head to the dam for the final fight. I'm going to try to just run past all the enemies on my way to the Legate's camp, because I have neither the damage, health, or armor to deal with them. I do have to go inside the dam to flip a switch for house, and I've decided that I want to take out these two NCR heavies to truly put my newly acquired flare gun skills to the test. But this Securitron came and ruined it for me by helping me kill them, so now all I have is a pile of corpses and disappointment. I pressed some buttons in the room they were guarding, and House appeared and told me to go flip the lever that I was literally going to flip anyway, so I went and flipped the lever and went back to the top of the dam to continue my mad dash to the Legate's camp. Well, it's time to do what must be done and take out Lanius at level 9 with a flare gun. I don't have the skill points I need to get rid of the other Legion forces, so they're just going to be along for the ride as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. My general plan for the fight is to train the Legate and his soldiers around the camp like I'm playing COD Zombies, which works well because not only am I amazing at COD Zombies, but the Legate's high movement speed is less of an issue when he has to deal with pathing through all of the other soldiers. Most of the time, anyway. I tried again and again and again with this strategy, and it is working. His titanic health bar is getting lower and lower as I continue to master this strategy, to the point that he is so close to being dead I can taste it. I got to a point where his health is very low, and I'm in a relatively safe position, so I made a quick save, but a new problem has appeared. I keep running out of stim packs, and without stim packs, I have absolutely no way of winning this fight. I tried a few times and did my absolute best to avoid hits, but the crowd that was slowing Lanius down has collapsed because I killed them all. The crowd of bodies has given me an idea though. Just because I'm out of healing items doesn't mean they are, so I'm going to try and just take their healing items and use them instead of just not healing at all. That was a shit idea and it doesn't work. So now I'm out of ideas. I think that this might be an unwinnable situation. So I have no choice but to load a save from before I headed to the dam and get some more healing items and ammo for the fight. The resupply went super well. I have way more stim packs than I did the first time around and more than enough ammo. And I even remembered to get my weapons and armor repaired this time. If I can't beat the Legate like this, I think I'll just have to revert to cheesing the fight, which would upset me greatly, seeing as I specifically told you that I would not do that. I ran through the whole damn part of the fight even quicker than the first time, because I am not here to waste time. I am here to set Legate Lanius on fire many, many, many times, and not deal with all these petty foot soldiers. This time while fighting the Legate, I need him to know that I mean business, and his pitiful life is going to come to an end by means of a flare gun. So I took him down to half health and led him over to the Brahmin pen and made him watch as I accidentally lit one of them on fire. I nearly got him as well. His health was so low. Unfortunately though, my game crashed. Crashing my game isn't a trick he's going to have time to repeat. I pelted him with more warm rocks until he fell over and died. And now I have beaten Legate Lanius with only a flare gun, without having to stand on a crate or getting him to send his soldiers away. Now all that's left for me to do is go to the gate of the camp and assist some Securitrons in turning the NCR's commander into a fine red mist. Unfortunately, they turned me into a fine red mist instead, so now I have to kill the Legate again. This would be an issue, but all I had to do was repeat what I did to kill him last time, which is pretty easy considering I have literally already done it. So he died again, and I made sure to get back up to full health before going and confronting the NCR this time. The Securitrons did most of the work really, but I still made sure to fire a few flares into the mix so that I feel like I'm contributing. And with that done, Mr. House came to congratulate me on all my hard work, and that is how I beat Fallout New Vegas with only a flare gun. Thank you so much for watching the video, and as a little treat to show how much I appreciate you sticking around to the end, here's a teaser for something huge coming to the channel soon. Tell me when to go. Bread. Bread.
Part 2.